it's sketch study, and I'm gonna be talking about eyes. So eyes were like the first thing that like I really learned to draw, and it taught me a lot because when you first start drawing, you just have like these preconceived ideas of what you think stuff looks like. You know, like little stick figure people you doodle when you're little, and you just give them those little tiny eyes, and then you move on to giving them these. Ooh, so artistic. Then you think you got it when you're in elementary school. Give them those ovals. Ooh. You might even have a little iris. It looks so good. But like, the more I studied eyes, the more I realized like I'm stupid. So what I do now is I always have like a reference. Even if I'm not even fully going from that reference, you have to have some idea of what an eye looks like. You can't just abstract something you don't know. So one of those things that like, I learned by actually observing the eye, actually looking at it rather than going on what I thought, is like eyes are those circles, but it's actually behind the lids. It has shading just like a circle would. You know what, I'm gonna go to pen. So it's like that. Then we have this eyelid around it. The shading's gonna come from these edges. Looks very weird without the iris. First start drawing, there's the iris. It has to be a circle, right? No, because that looks kind of scary. They look very alert, and maybe you might need that sometimes, but that is kind of scary. So what I always do, give them that little half circle. Maybe leave a little room for a highlight. Another thing is, this eyelid actually creates a little shadow. Then there's these little radial lines coming from the eye. That. And the iris. The iris also has that same kind of dimension, like the outside. Tends to be a lot darker in this little middle section, and then it might sometimes get a little dark around the pupil again. But then there's also this shadow, and right here, this outside, it tends to be dark right underneath the lid, then tapers off a little bit. This little line right here where the eyelashes come from, and all these little details just come from actively looking at it and what it looks like. And a lot of people look different. Like their eyes are very different from one another. So that's what if you're looking for likeness, you have to learn this. Even if you're doing like a cartoony type style, how somebody's eye is totally unique to them. So you have to learn to actively observe people, or whatever you're drawing, really. And this is the part that I hate. But everybody has eyelashes. And they're the most annoying things to draw, but if you want a realistic looking eye, you have to do it. And it has to come from this inside and flare it out. What I tend to do is, when it gets over to this side, flare it out a little bit more, and then make it look like it's actually coming out towards the person. A little more straight on and smaller. But then maybe flare out again towards these edges. So like if it was like a side view, they're coming out like this. All the way around. But you're not gonna see that from the straight on view. Also little tiny baby eyelashes on the bottom. Don't forget about those. And these ones are like a little bit more wild than these ones. Like these ones kind of have more of a pattern to them, but these ones kind of like overlap and do whatever they want to do. So now that I've done that, I'm gonna break it down a little bit simpler. So the top eyelid, tear duct, here's the bottom crease, top crease. This is to kind of help show the dimension. So like this is like that curve, and then it comes back in, comes out. And straight on. Not really be able to tell. There's just like those eyelashes right here. It's straight on. But when you get over here, curve out. You kind of shade based off these three-dimensional forms. If you can break them down in that kind of way, it's a lot simpler. Just down here, shade this to where this is the highlight area right here. This is the highlight area where the eye is. You shade based on that. Right here, do a little bit of shading, and it gets darker as it goes into that crease. This is the highlight area right there. And so all these small little details and ways of thinking about it that really makes the eyes pop. Another important thing to note is that this area right here is the same all the way around. Try to be cautious of that. So this part, it kind of breaks down the lines, how the lines define the form. But like a simpler way to think about it is again that kind of that ball shape, but it'll only be seen like kind of like an oval or an almond in this little section. But it is still a circle. But then having this kind of shape right here, kind of like a rectangle wrapped around it, and then another one on the bottom, overlapping this circle shape. So it'll create that little bit of shadow here, and then it'll follow that form of the circle. Wrap around, so there's still those highlights in these areas. Just finding a way to break down these shapes and define them. It's really what you're looking for. Not with any features or anything, but it really stood out to me in the eye when I first started drawing, because I was doing it so wrong at first. This crease right here starts kind of right here, might not be so obvious, but then it kind of fades out this way. So the shading is kind of deeper over here and not as much over here. There's still that underlying circle kind of shape, but there's a little more fat in the skin underneath over here, so it's not as dark. Over here will be the nose or whatever. Not or whatever, it will be the nose. Then there will be a deep shadow because of that nose. There's the eyelid crease to really show that circle. And if you're shading with pen, or if you're using crosshatch lines with pencil, just follow that form of the circle to really show the dimension of the eye, to make it pop out. You want to kind of combine all of these things, actively look at the person, but also break down into these shapes, but also these lines to follow it. So again, there's that wrapped rectangle, but it also has this little bitty duct where the eyelashes come from. And that's on both sides. This little bitty edge where the eyelashes come from. Then the circle behind that. And then you let these lines follow those forms. So it'll be lighter right here, get darker. Be darker on this outside. Then get like follow the contour of the eye. Then look at their expression and see where the eye is. Because if they're looking down here. If they're looking up more, you'll see less of the eye. Then again, this rectangle right here is kind of uneven. It goes more in towards the eye duct. It kind of goes out, spreads out more. Comes back in around here. That's where those two rectangles kind of meet. So this will probably be one of the darker areas, along with this crease. And it's just actively looking for all of these little details and how that person's eye handles them. To get it looking like that person. I always start with like this almond kind of shape. But keep that circle in your mind. Keep thinking about that kind of shape. See how their iris actually lines up with the eye, and how much space and room there is, because you don't want it too small or too big. It can look all crazy. So find those little points that you can correlate them with. See if it actually touches the bottom or not. See how dilated their pupils are, and keep that consistent all the way around. When you're first sketching it out, trying to lay everything out, get that crease, find where that is. And it tends to taper off towards the end right here. And it comes back out towards where this is where the nose would start to be. It starts to come back out to meet that nose area. This little bottom, I don't even know if you would call that an eyelid, but that little bottom part underneath the eye, it's a lot closer to this tear duct than it is over here. It starts to taper out over here because of that little fatty area by the eye. There's also another strip right here of like the facial muscle. It's also a fat area right here. Not really fat, but and it's always on the outside outside end. There's a little more shadow when it comes close to the eye. I mean to the nose. It tapers out. And you get that shadow. Always remember this shadow. Because that's really what sells that dimension. That there's this is on top of the eye. And there's this little highlight, usually right here, in this area. And this little lip of the lid. Here, the little fibers, the iris. Always coming out from the pupil. So a lot of people think, oh, the eye, it should be white right here. It doesn't. It's not. It's that shadow. You really want to show that to make it look more realistic, to make it more three-dimensional. And these crease lines really show that dimension of the roundness of the eye. These right here. But I would always do eyelashes as one of the last things, so it doesn't get in the way of shading these creases and these little flaps around the eye. So hopefully I could edit that into something cohesive and understandable and could help you. Let me know what you thought below, comment what you want to see, and thanks for watching. See you next time.